Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 16th of January 2021. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Hanson Roberts Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about this day and what's coming up for you. So I hope you've had a wonderful week. Let's see what the tarot has to say about Saturday. Just going to shuffle the cards one more time. There we go. And first card, we've got the King of Rods, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So that's very straightforward. You feel a renewed sense of passion and purpose about your life. You have a goal. You decide to immediately translate that into something practical that you can work on, and you're very diligent and you have a lot of energy to give to whatever it is you're doing. So you're really fired up. You really care about where you want to go in life, and you immediately hit the ground running and you get started. And it's something that you don't know very much about. So it's the beginning of something totally fresh. And even though you don't know every detail, you're willing to learn. You're really focusing on what you're doing. And because of that, you will learn as you go. So the King of Rods is a court card. Court cards can appear as either people in life, or they can be that characteristic that arises within you. And the King of Rods is really in charge. He's strong, he's an authority figure, he really cares about what he's doing, and he's holding this rod, which represents the element of fire. That is your life purpose and your passion. It's a masculine element, so it's about figuring something out internally, not by ruminating on it and meditating and going to a silent retreat for a week. It's simply knowing what you want. It's like anybody who has a hobby who knows that they enjoy doing this in their spare time. It's not that complicated. It's really something that lives inside of you and that demands your attention. And with the King of Rods being here, it's very likely that you discover what it is you want to do today. And it may not present as this is your life purpose. You should start doing this. You should start manufacturing these coins. That's what you were born to do. It may be much more innocuous than that. And it may just be go to the beach, or why don't you paint something, or what about that business idea that you had 2 years ago? Why don't you revisit that? It's really, it may seem trivial, but it's going to be exciting. You don't have all the answers as soon as the idea comes. It's just something that you want to do in the here and now. So if you get something like that coming up, then please honor it, listen to it, and do something about it, because it will lead to bigger and better things. We have the line in the background there, so real strength, and also getting what it is you want and not compromising about that and saying, this is what I demand and therefore I'm going to do it. If this is a figure who appears in your life, it's someone who already is doing what they're supposed to do. Someone who's living life quite happily. Someone who feels like this is my purpose and my passion, and I'm lucky enough to wake up every day and to do it. So it may be that you're inspired by someone else. If the fire doesn't arise from within, you may be inspired by someone who comes into your life, and it doesn't have to be a man, it can be a woman as well. And you kind of observe them doing what it is you dream of doing. So a good idea would be to talk to that person and to see what they did to get to the position they're in, and to really learn from that. And then to realize that you have exactly the same power in you. You know, all the famous people in the world, we've got Caesar, we've got Kim Kardashian, we've got Einstein. They are no different from you. You've got exactly the same building blocks inside of you. And a lot of people fall down in realizing their own hopes and dreams because they don't believe in themselves. You're certainly not going to be lacking that. You'll really see yourself as you are, but not just the negative, because a lot of people think that, oh, okay, I see the truth about me, and that means that you list all the things where you have shortcomings and things like that, and you totally ignore your assets. Today you won't do that. You'll see your own strengths, your true abilities. It's not about arrogance or kind of building up your confidence. It's just very matter of fact. I am good at leading other people. I'm good at asserting myself. I'm strong. I'm creative. I have something that I care about, and I'm going to pursue that. Or you feel confident and good, and you meet someone who also is living that truth, and you say, wow, well, if Paul can do it, then maybe I can too. Also, this wand here has got a flower at the top, which isn't open yet. It's just starting to bud. And that means that there's unfulfilled potential, and that if you follow this feeling, the flower will open and blossom, and you'll really blossom along with it. So you can thrive by listening to your own sense of motivation and the things that interest you. The Eight of Pentacles, we can see this young person working away. So all the pentacles are pretty much exactly the same. So there's real expertise involved. This isn't just some kid who's made pentacles for the first time. This is a job that he's been at for a while, and you already have skills in place which will allow you to make your hopes and dreams a reality. So if you have some sort of desire, you already know how to go about doing it. If you decide you want to go on a trip, you have gone online before and you have booked a flight. You've done that. So the important thing is that you don't get this amazing insight and then you have absolutely no way to realize it. You immediately know what to do about it. It's important not to shy away from taking action. Be confident in yourself and say, this is something that I feel, therefore it's right for me to work at it. And I'm allowed to. So give yourself permission to exercise your strength and to get what it is you want. The one pentacle he's working on is much bigger than the others. So whatever you focus on gets bigger and seems like the most important thing. And if you do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, then they become right-sized and they become stepping stones to where you want to go. So it may be that you have these amazing skills already in place, but the actual content of what you're doing is likely to be something new. So you may have booked flights in the past, or you may have drawn pictures, but maybe the desire today is to open your own business in the Cayman Islands. And you've never been to the Cayman Islands, you've never opened your own business, but you know how to get around and you know how to do things. So you focus on this new goal and aspiration that you've got, and you do everything that you've always done, and you use your experience to get you there. And it's through the process of simply doing that the page becomes the Knight of Pentacles. So the page is totally inexperienced. The Knight is somewhat experienced, but doesn't know when to act and when to hold back. And the King is totally in charge of the element. So we've got fire, which is masculine, get what you want. We've got the Pentacles, which is earth, that's feminine. And that allows you to make an impression on your circumstances. So this is really the perfect combo. Your will is going to manifest in practical terms. So the inexperience gives way to some experience and then real mastery simply by continuing to move forward and being busy and getting your head down and saying, I'm going to focus on one thing at a time, and before I know it, I'll have 7 other pentacles lined up and I'll have this whole body of work behind me. So if you do have this great new idea for something that really makes your heart sing, then don't wave it away and say, oh, well, I've never done that before, I don't have experience, so I can't do it. Allow yourself to be teachable and say, I may not have done this before, but I've got other skills which are transferable and I can use them for this new venture, and I will learn on the job. I will learn as I go. And it doesn't need to be a paying job. It can be something that you care about and that simply requires action. Also, the Page of Pentacles can appear as a person in your life, and that may be someone who is inexperienced. So we've got both ends of the spectrum here. We've got someone who's living his best life and someone who's just starting out, and you can really be inspired by both and learn from both. So you're incredibly teachable. You're very, very diligent. You're working hard. You've got stamina and energy, and you'll be able to get lots done. Number-wise, we've got 2 chord cards, which count as 1. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 8 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is the vibration that has to do with the boss, the pioneer, the leader, the person in charge. So you are the King of Rods today. It's really down to you to ask yourself, what is it that makes me feel alive? And then to simply do it, and you'll have great success, and you'll learn a lot about yourself and about whatever project it is that you choose. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Oh, by the way, 1 is also the magician in the tarot, and the magician makes magic. So by getting down to business, you can really create something that's beyond your wildest dreams. Have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please go to gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous Saturday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.